Good morning, and this is your friendly uh, megalomaniac tyrant, the soul, the one and only admin of this group, man. The power of the god. Yeah, so all of you guys get down on your knees, bow down and worship me, or else die, The tyranny of lightning bolts. Anyway, sorry for that little bit of a rant. And someone was wondering about a post about computers and 1E AD&D. I think I need to explain that a little more. I have sometimes these ideas and visions, but I'm not very good at explaining things sometimes. So sometimes you guys, if you don't get what I'm saying, just please let me know and I'll try and rephrase it. Um, about this group, well, um, for the record, I am wearing a Led Zeppelin T-shirt right now from their fourth album. There were some problems over at First Edition AD&D on the admin level, and at that point in time, probably about 2 weeks ago, it was like I was like, oh, I've had enough of this shit, I'm gonna go and start another group. I guess it could be compared to sort of like John Paul Jones wanting to leave Led Zeppelin. I think John Bonham had a couple of days of that too as well. Not that I'm comparing myself to John Bonham or John Paul Jones. Like in the um, Wayne's World movies. When they're on their knees and they're like, "Oh, we're not worthy. We're not worthy." Yeah, I'm not worthy either. Of that kind of a comparison. But there were things that were not really going well on the admin level. Losing two admins in 2 days, and it was at a point around that time where I was just like, I want to do something uh, better than what is going on there. So, yeah, I kind of, I guess, branched off into some kind of a solo project. Uh, I have always stated, though, all through this, that, I haven't left First Edition AD&D, and that, I'm still doing the nuts and bolts work over there being an admin, yeah. It's just, I wanted to go in a different direction. I didn't want to get bogged down in all of the infighting that happens there sometimes, and the industry drama and politics and stuff like that. So I started this site, and to be honest with you guys, I didn't have a clear vision or intent, beyond something to do with First Edition AD&D. And the way I see it, the greater 1E community, not I'm not talking about a single Facebook group, but like a whole bunch of them together, all of them even. Uh, it is, I think, important to do something new and unique. Already there's official first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons out there. There's another one, a general site with over 10,000 members. First edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Then first edition AD&D Uncensored, and what other ones? Well, there's Weekend Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, which is where the games happen, the online games. It's sort of like a starting point. And what other groups am I missing out there? Well, there's an Oriental Adventures group, which is pretty cool. And there's the only first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons group. So you have these groups that have different uh, niches, I guess you could say, yeah. And the thought has crossed my mind of going full on Greyhawk with this site, even though I am posting sometimes links that relate to the Deities and Demigods book. Um, a HTML version of the 1983 box set is on the way slowly. It will happen, and I found the PDF yesterday or the day before. And then also, same for the Greyhawk Adventures thing. I would be absolutely and totally happy if we went on full on Greyhawk here with new Greyhawk posts every day. That would be amazing. Um, and so it was. I look back on it, starting this group, and I'm just like, oh man, did I do the right thing or did I do the wrong thing? I think I did the right thing, actually, in the long run, by uh, trying out something new, hopefully, and just trying to distance uh, this group from all the, the infighting and the politics and stuff like that that sometimes we see over at the other first edition AD&D group. And I remember someone said once, posted once over there that first edition AD&D is the best first edition AD&D group out there on Facebook. It's just like, wow, comments like that just makes me want to try harder. Um, but uh, it is, let me see, 6:25 a.m. and 5 minutes have gone. I don't want to waste people's time, and I love. I have to say, I do love the camera setup this morning. It's like less of my ugly face, and more World of Greyhawk out there for you. Um, this idea that I have, and it's just in the idea stage, of having an emphasis on the computer aspect of first edition AD&D, that would in no way exclude actual, real, old school first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, which I define as paradoxically having no computers at the table. Yeah, like no laptops, no smartphones, not even a calculator. Yeah, I'm looking at you, man. Yeah. Go back to high school and learn math. Yeah. Um, you know, uh, if that is ever lost, the uh, attitude, I think, of old school gaming, then that's not a good thing. Uh, that is, of course, part of the heart and soul of the game. Although looking at first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons in its totality, we see through the TSR SSI products, the dungeon master's assistant. And if you've ever had to roll up a treasure hoard for like a dragon, like type H treasure type, that takes a long time. And the preferable thing would be to have no computers involved, to sit down with pencil and paper, get out your dice, and roll up this, details for every single gem and every single piece of jewelry there. That I think would be great if we would all do that. And say, yeah, okay, you got an app for it. That's cool, but I'd rather do it, old school with the pencil, the paper, and the dice. However, to be realistic in this world, and the demographic here, like over in the first edition AD&D group, is people, mostly men in their 40s, and the majority of them have families, work responsibilities, and all that kind of a thing. I'm 48, and I don't have a family, so on Sundays, I have more time than other people. But I think it's good to be realistic about things. Unfortunately, for many of us, we can only do, say, maybe 4 hours or 8 hours. If we're lucky, a week doing first edition AD&D gaming. So that's where computer-based accessories come into play. And sure, I have that Lenny online site that has HTML versions of the books, and it's all right. I can say with certainty that I have a lot of fun working on it. Yeah. Um, and it's a matter of time too. I would love to sit there, pencil, paper, dice, and go through the weather details for the World of Greyhawk, but that would just take up a huge amount of time that even I don't have. And there is a program, or a web page, I should say, out there for the World of Greyhawk weather generation. Other ones that I've seen, we were using a really good character generator that included some unarcanic details as optional details back in the day when we were doing a lot of online gaming. And I've been playing AD&D online for, well, at least 10 years. Yeah. And I'm gonna call this one and end at maybe 11 minutes or something like that. So I have about one more minute. So, yeah, I'm just kind of sounding out to hear what you guys think of this or that. Feedback's very important when you're running a group on Facebook. You want to know what people want to see in terms of content and that kind of a thing. And delivering good content is definitely a priority here. Although sometimes it might take a while to get that together. So, yeah, I'm thinking about official apps, I guess they would say these days, and Gary Gygax. I can't compare myself to him. Again, it's like the Wayne's World thing. A lot of us here meeting Gary, we would be like down on our knees. We're not worthy. We're not worthy yet. But it would be interesting to go through the whole entire from the Sorcerer's Scroll thing from the perspective of 2021, and my thoughts are towards an article that he wrote in from the Sorcerer's Scroll called "Looking Back into the Future." I think it's always remembered. It's essential to remember our old school roots, but there's a great and unknown future ahead, and definitely, yeah, we should upload our stuff to the ISS, the International Space Station, so that they can play D&D in outer space. Yeah, it's gonna happen one day. I just hope that it's not gonna be fifth edition that they're playing up there in outer space, man. Here, hold on a second. Um, yeah, to all of the international space people out there, yeah. So, here, this I'll gladly donate these books, yeah, for you guys, so you can play Dungeons and Dragons in outer space. Outer space, yeah. Anyway, that concludes this video, and I'll see you guys in the future, I guess. Maybe even up in outer space, man. Yeah. Weed powered spaceships. Yeah, the future. Okay, so later, guys. Bye.